For all those who don't know us, we are PEP.
Good evening, fellas. Welcome to the 16th episode of Fresh Start Live with Fee and Pat, where the motto is, stay ready to keep from getting ready. I'm Pat.
And I'm Fee.
So today, fellas, we got a pretty good topic today, man. Our topic is going to be the positive network.
That's Pat's phone ringing. If you wondering what that noise was.
Yeah, I had the show on. I digress. So, thinking about positive network.
I think somebody in your network just called you.
No, so I had the show on. So I was kind of making up because I guess not going to be on today. So I said, you know what, I'll log on and I'll take his place on the show. That wasn't. I was cheating. But,
so positive network. All right. So is it important that it be positive network or negative network?
For me personally, I think it's important that it's a positive network.
Okay. So when was the first time you heard about the word network?
Well, when first time I heard the word network, was late 80s, early 90s.
Okay, way back then.
Way back when. And
what was the meaning of it, though?
So for me and my boys, they used to have a networking event last Friday of every month at the Fairmont Hotel in Dallas, and all it was a lot of corporate single ladies, and we would just go to meet girls, and all you think about was this is a corporate network event, and you just think about girl. You don't think about the concept because I don't believe then it was used as normal as it is now or as broad as it is now, but network, we weren't thinking about it in terms of what it has become.
Yeah, I heard about it back when I was in high school. And so I was a little bit more geeky when I'm back in high school. So the word network was like a group of computer. And so the whole time I thought network it had to do with computer.
Yeah.
But interestingly, that's how I started knowing network, and I can see how those terminologies or how the system was built or what included in the network is very mirror to what is the relationship network out here. So, besides, all the computer got to connect it together to be in the network, right? And then guess what one thing that they have to have?
Well, I think my guess earlier was a CPU or a brain.
Exactly. Every one of those computers got to have a brain. But for those network to be able to work or talk together, there got to be a set of protocol. There got to be a set of instruction where information go back and forth, who did what or what going on with it. So it's a set of protocol. Just like in PEP. What is PEP network? Set of protocol.
10 driving values.
You know all 10 of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Want me to name them? I can name them. Y'all want me to? I think they want me to name them. Excellence, execution, integrity, fresh start outlook, love, fun, wise stewardship, servant leader mentality, innovation. I'm missing one. Which one I'm missing? Go on, answer it for me. It'll come to me when I'm get off of here. But yeah, accountability. The main one that for me, that's the most beneficial of having a positive network.
Mm-hmm.
Because, prior to having a positive network, I was only accountable to myself. Mm-hmm. But having a positive network, for me, more than anything, that's what it gives me.
Well, what is another most important thing as a part of the network?
Well, I think you got the protocol, like you say. But for me is a like mind headed in the same direction. But I think the most important part of a network is you got people involved in your network who want the best for you. Mm-hmm. They don't stand to gain anything, but they want the best for you. And I think about my own network, and I think that everybody in my network, their life would be great without me. You know, so what am I missing?
No, I think part of the network is you can't be just a taker all the time.
Right.
You know, you join the network, but all you do is just taking out in the network. I want this. I need help with this. Do something for me. I think if you keep doing that, you're wearing down that network.
So you want to know something crazy? So even before, when my mom was crazy, one of the things I always learned very early was the art of relationships. And one of the things my grandmother always taught me, people should see the back of your hand more than they should the palm of your hand. So going into every relationship, you identify what can you do for that person. You know, and that has helped me a lot going through life. And that's why I think I have a lot of relationships with people, because of the opportunity to help. And then the law of reciprocity says that if you've helped them, they're looking for an opportunity to help you.
So in the PEP network, what is the great thing that you have seen come out of it? Any example? Anything that you see recently? Who do you call in the middle of the night if you got stranded?
Depending on what side of town I'm on, I'm either gonna call Max, I'm gonna call Sid. I mean, it just depends on what side of town I'm on. But I'm most definitely gonna call one of those two, because I know without a doubt they might talk crazy, but they coming.
Okay,
You know?
both of those guys are PEP network.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. And that's even, I mean, for the last 12 years, everybody I've ever called in my time of need has been PEP guys.
Yeah.
Or in many cases, if they know I don't have to call them, they're going to call me.
Yeah.
You know? And I tell people this story, and I think I shared it with you. That's like when my son passed away. You know, the first person that called me, and he called me at a time where I was sitting still in the parking lot thinking crazy. The person that called me was David Raines.
Yeah.
I told you about that?
Yeah, you actually told the audience that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, PEP Network.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one thing I can testify for sure is the positive network. And I think another one of the things I see with the network, or I've seen with the network over the years, and guys inside the unit don't understand, but you have two guys who be inside the unit, never speak. But when they get out, they be the main ones that's helping one another. You know, and it's kind of like, okay, that's a different dynamic, but it works.
So I see two of the strongest group of network, their subgroup of network in PEP is the construction group. All the guys who started doing construction. It seemed like they all know each other. They're always working with each other. They're helping each other out. What's the other one?
Social media group.
No.
The moving group.
No, not the moving group. We're related to the moving group.
Trucking.
Yeah, trucking.
Yeah, transportation is real
Transportation.
big. Yeah, it's real big. But we got that social media group. I'll be wanting to break them up sometimes. Stop. Yeah, you know, and it's crazy you mentioned that, because I think about even like my birthday gathering. There was 3 different groups of PEP guys who were all truckers. And they kind of huddled up, and I had to like tell them, hold up, bro, this ain't working time. We just hanging out. But they huddled up talking about trucking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So we're talking the last 4 or 5 minutes. So what are the key ingredients in this whole thing? Let's kind of summarize it for somebody who just hear us rambling.
So if we break it down to its core, I think the main thing is vessel of trust.
Okay.
Which is what we're working with the guys with the square table.
But that would be really difficult. You know, you want to jump in a network and you have to, I don't know, bare yourself naked in this veil of trust.
Yeah, I mean, but if it's a true network, then you're gonna have to have that, because I one of the things, and I was just having this conversation earlier today about vulnerability, because I think when you're part of a network, you have to be vulnerable, and I think why it's difficult for a lot of people to be vulnerable is trust. But you know what I realize? It's not a trust of other people; it's a trust of yourself. Because I think once you trust yourself, you're able to be vulnerable and really submerge yourself in the network and the brotherhood, or whatever term they want to put on the network, and be a part and be present.
So first you got to understand network. You got to want it.
Yeah.
Right. and then you got to be in a like-minded. So if you say you don't have a construction business, but you want to start one, so you hang around with guys who have construction business.
Yeah.
So whether you're going out there, you be a helper for them, go around work for them, right? And then you're exposed to that group, and then you got to be physically connected to them. So if they are meeting once a month or twice a month, and then you got to be involved with it. And then the thing that was you in network, you're gonna start understanding what do they value. So that is kind of the protocol.
So let me tell you one thing about PEP Network, and it's the process of, like you say, if you want to do something, be around that.
Mm-hmm.
So there was an item that was purchased by a PEP participant about 10, 11 years ago, Terrence Hornsby.
Mm-hmm.
He purchased a T-shirt printing machine. I don't know if you remember that.
He was the first one.
And that same T-shirt printing machine got passed on to Said passed it on to Marcus. Marcus passed it on to Alfredo, and Alfredo took it out of the network. But I'm like, and there's several things like that, know, and that sharing of information and material. I mean, that's a cool part about having a network.
Yeah, to maintain a strong network, you not only being a part of it, understanding the protocol, you gotta give, then take. And in time you're giving enough, you're gonna get some out of it. So you know what time it is. It's our time for our weekly reconnaissance mission.
It's time for the PEP blind date.
All right, so I was gonna say something funny. I was gonna say blind date. That's it's a sweet name for this reconnaissance.
That's
and
right.
I want to introduce Jeremiah, one of the sweetie.
Sweet one.
So sweetie number one, Jeremiah. He was here not too long ago. He also his episode, the episode that we have him against, is still the number one view.
Cool.
All right. So
so sweetie number two is Jim. Jim's been out for about 3 weeks, but Jim was one of the servant leaders that when we weren't able to go back into the facility, who helped keep Bell afloat and keep the wings flying and the name alive.
all right. Let's see what Jeremiah have to say. Edison, play the videos.
How y'all doing? This is Jeremiah Martinez, aka Sweet Prince. I'm coming to you live from Securus Technologies. Wonderful place that I've been blessed, highly blessed to be able to work at. I'm here just to introduce Jim to you. I just got him hired. Brother, since I've been working here, I've gained some extremely valuable skills that'll probably never be taken from me, I've learned things, I've been able to develop things, oversee things, manage things. It's a wonderful place. I'm glad for the opportunity. Again, I want to introduce you to Jim. Jim, I got him hired. We have a project we're working on that I needed some help with, and he's just newly released, and he wants to tell you about his experience here. What's up? Tell him what's up, brother.
Yeah, man, it's been an amazing opportunity being able to come out here, hook up with a brother, and actually have the opportunity because of what the groundwork that he's already laid, right, and the confidence they have in him. It's just from beginning to end, from leaving to being here now, it's been with the program and everybody involved and them wanting to see you excel. It's been a great experience. I've enjoyed it. Hope you guys understand how important it is to stick to the driving values and to put them in everything you involve yourself in.
That's what's up. That's absolutely, man. Make sure that everything, again, it's imperative, brother. For those of you that aren't released yet, it is imperative. Everything that they've given us, the tools that they've allowed us to receive, brother, apply those. You're going to need them out here, especially when coming into places like this. Again, it's definitely a high-paced, facility. So, again, appreciate the time, appreciate the opportunity. I love you guys. See you around.
So, fellas, as y'all can see, that was a brother who really put the 10 driving values into play in the spirit of innovation. He took what we were hoping, maybe a word of encouragement, he put it into action. So you too, man, can participate. It doesn't have to be a meal, as you can see. He just positively impacted this guy's livelihood by getting him employed. I think that's a beautiful thing. So remember, reach out to Harvey. His contact information is in the description. Reach out to your life caddy. Reach out to myself. Just reach out to somebody, man. But don't miss out on your opportunity to be blessed by being a blessing to these guys.
All right, you guys seen this shirt that Pat and I are wearing? It's a Reconn shirt. So you either be in a Reconn to earn this shirt, or just take a brother out 2 times, and then we'll get you one of these shirts.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So what's that time of the day?
Yeah. So our next our guest is I wouldn't say he's a special guest, but he had come around so much that every time that I'm going anywhere in the PEP network that are not part of the PEP office, I expect to see him there. So it's like he's there all the time. There's nobody else than Jeff Willis. So Jeff,
Come on, join us, Jeff.
All right.
Welcome, bro. Welcome, bro. So I think Jeff, in order for them to understand why you're here, I think it's important that they understand how you got here. So let's go back into the Bell unit or the Cleveland unit, because you was Cleveland when you was there. You actually separated in the unit, right?
Yeah, that last character assessment that y'all administered before it went to the ballots or whatever it was that it changed to.
Okay.
He separated me at the character assessment.
So what did you do afterwards?
Stayed the same. Never stopped. I'd made up my decision before PEP. Really, I'd made up my decision 3 weeks prior to ever getting incarcerated, but people don't know it. I'd got down on my hands and knees and prayed, and even said it in a prayer. If I had to go back to prison to get this by me, then I'll do it. But I didn't think he was going to answer that prayer. But 3 weeks later, I was in prison.
Did you just stay on the dorm?
When I was in prison?
No, I mean, after you got separated, did you just stay on the dorm, go to rec? What did you do?
Everything. Same routine. Get up in the morning, pray, go work out, stay connected with y'all through outside events like the Fun Day. Still went to my celebration recovery, which it was able to minister to the guys still going to coming into the PEP program. Even though I wasn't there with them, I could still minister to them at the celebration recovery and motivate them.
So you've been there long enough to see every time guy quit or separated, and it's almost like they say, they say they're gonna stay who they are, right? But you can see that they kind of retract themselves from it, right? Yeah. And you do something different. You just stay as you was in the program, right? So what is it about the camaraderie or the community make you want to do that, and not like the other guys that kind of remove themselves?
You know, I think sometimes it has to just do with the maturity of being tired of the person that you once was. And I used to be a stingy individual. I didn't want to be a stingy individual anymore, but I didn't really know how to be another individual. I still have issues with it. You know, I'm not perfect. But I knew that if I turned away, then what was the effort put forth all that time to change? Mm-hmm. This was just a road bump. This is just a block. You know, that's all it was. I decided in my heart that I was going to do what was right for Jeff. Mm-hmm. And the ripple effect of it is that it helps other people in the process. Not just me, but those people that I'm able to come in contact with, those people that I can talk to or minister or motivate.
Yeah, I remember hearing after that, man, it was like you start to hear more positive involvement about Jeff after separation than after serving leader. Because you hear how many guys in Leadership Academy that he was impacting and helping. Mm-hmm. You know, and I was kind of like, what was this at before separation?
It was there, but it wasn't spoke about because I stayed so much in the computer room and in the gym, and you know.
Yeah, that's what the reason why we use the word separated, not remove.
Right.
You know, because it's separate. It's just a temporarily. You know, it's just removed. Like there's something wrong with it. We got to cut it off and remove it. You know, like you got a bad eye and then a good eye. You don't remove one eye. You know, you separate them. You know, you put a patch on it or something. But you do something a little bit more. So not only you stay connected after you get separated inside, when you get out, you stay connected with us out here. And that's like you took another step. It's like something you believing in the program or the network that caused you to stay more.
Well, go ahead.
So the question is it worth it?
For me, it was because it helped me identify who I wanted to be from who I was. Mm-hmm. We can always say who we want to be, but if you don't walk in the steps to become that person, it's useless. Mm-hmm. It's always easy to fix your mouth to say anything. And we always want to say, I need motivation to do this. No, we need discipline, because discipline is going to take you to that first step. And hopefully that first step motivates you to that second step. But if you don't have discipline to take the first step, you're never going to be motivated to take the second.
Okay. And you stay up north of Houston, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think about a year ago, there was one of the PEP brother passed away, and then the family did the benefit things, and it's all the way down Baytown, right? So I pull up, I was sitting there, and I saw somebody pulling up, looked just like you. I said, man, I think I know him, right? But and then, why do you do something like that? Why would you drive all the way up north to coming down just to do something like that? What is it benefit for you?
Because I've lost all my family, and I remember them dying and didn't have the money to pay for a funeral. Mm-hmm. And I've been where they're at. Mm-hmm. Not more, not one family member, not two family members, not three family members, but all my family. And it sucks not to have the finances to be able to take care of your family member when they need to be taken care of. I didn't give a lot, but I gave what I could.
Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes your presence is given a lot, because I remember being there and how we all kind of huddled up in one spot, but Jeff was off over there, being engaged and involved with people he didn't know. Mm-hmm. And we were all kind of in one spot, and I was kind of like, okay. I paid attention to that, and I took notice of that. And I was like, okay. His why. His why is bigger and probably different than my own, So I think somebody just paid you one of the highest compliments that they could pay you. Brandon Green said Jeff was the most trustworthy and accountable guy at Cleveland after his separation. So it was so many people that was watching, I'm glad that you've continued to annoy Big Jeff. But I hear him talk about you, man. He talk about you with the admiration of, it's borderline not big brother, little brother, but it's almost like a proud father sometimes,
It's kind of like that figure to me, man.
Even though you get on his nerves and he feel you don't listen all the time, but I hear about the admiration. I hear the admiration in his voice when he talk about you, man. And I think that you get what it is to have a positive network, even if it's a network of one to get to many sometimes. And I think it's a beautiful thing, man, when people can give you your flowers while you're alive.
So this video going to be brought in, after this live session, we bring the video inside. You have any word for the guys inside?
Guys, you can't go back and change the past, but you can start now and change your future. There's many philosophies that I gained while I was at that unit you're at. And some of them I still carry to this day. They're on my refrigerator. The wood that you give us in Leadership Academy that talks about the wood and redoing it and all that.
Reclaim.
The reclaim of the wood is on my refrigerator right now that I took home from Leadership Academy. There's many steps along this road. You have to choose to take them. A journey of 1,000 steps begins with one. It's your choice. You're not always going to be motivated, so at those times you're going to have to be disciplined. And you gotta have to know that you're gonna hit walls, you're gonna hit mountains, you're gonna hit dips, you're gonna hit valleys. But the God that we serve, if you so choose to serve him, Yahweh, he's gonna make a way for you, because he's made a way for me that I could never make for myself. And I give him all the glory.
Real stuff there, bro. Well, we appreciate you joining us, man. Especially, spur of the moment, like, reached out to you, bro. Of course. I appreciate that. It's a lot of respect for that.
Thank you, Jeff. We're gonna bring you back when you start your business. All right.
You bet.
So we're gonna bring you back again.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
Bye, guys.
All right, fellas, if y'all still here at this time, y'all know what time it is. It's time for PEP updates. So inside what we have going on, man, those guys are really working, and it seems like each week they get more and more excited because they're doing workshops. So in Cleveland this week, they've actually made it up to the financial part of their business plan. So they have a financial workshop tomorrow. In the mode of stay ready to keep from getting ready, it actually switched from Friday to tomorrow, but they was ready. So in Bell Unit, a couple of weeks behind Cleveland. So Cleveland is actually working sort of as a tutor for those guys, because we're taking the videos from Cleveland to Bell, and they're learning from the network. Even though the network is located in another location, they're learning from the network. So it's cool.
Thing happened is for the benefit of PEP. So remember, we're always trying to figure out how can we bridge Cleveland and Estes. And by doing this, we're bridging the two unit. The guys at the other unit know this guys from this unit. Yeah. So, thing work out well.
Without even trying, without even thinking about that. It just, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so for outside, we have already narrowed down to 3 guys that we want to include in the B2B. But we also want to add 2 more. If you haven't heard from us, or we haven't called you, or you felt like you should be in there, give me a call at the PEP office. One more thing. So e-school graduation is coming up. And normally we picking the guys, the entrepreneur of the year is a little bit arbitrary. But this year we're going to do something different. We asked guys to nominate some of the guys. We have a listing of businesses that we're about to post up on
PEP Brothers.
PEP Brother. Is it after this?
Immediately after this show, fellas, we're going to post it in PEP Brothers, and you get 1 vote.
All right. And then if none of them on there that you like, they can add 1 in, right?
Yes. They
Okay.
have the option to add a PEP participant business.
Okay. And this is open up for everybody. It's just whether it's active or not active, right?
Right. If they're in the PEP Brothers, they get a vote.
Okay. No, I'm talking about the business.
Business, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. This is a good chance to really reconnect it with us again.
Yeah.
So vote or nominate yourself.
That's right. So before we go into the Starbucks quiz, I want to do something real quick, man, because every week I hear, why you didn't acknowledge me? Why you didn't acknowledge me? And I'm like, you didn't comment. So everybody who's on the stream, just paying attention, if you do nothing more, put a thumbs up so that I know you're here and we will acknowledge you. How about that? So let's get into the Starbucks quiz. And I think since we're talking about network, it's important that we put this out there. And this question is open to everybody, staff and all, with the exception of Fee and Edison. They can't answer this. So the Starbucks quiz is, what is PEP's original tagline? Again, what is PEP's original tagline? In the spirit of networking, fellas, type it in the comments. If we go offline before you get it, text me, message me on Messenger, whatever. But question is, what is PEP's original tagline? All right, XCOM Fitness, you always want to answer. Let's get out there. So, fellas, remember, man, we're on a mission, man, to celebrate 1 million stories. And with Jeff coming in, hanging out with us today, we're 1 story closer to that goal. Also, keep this in mind. Freedom demands responsibility, but responsibility demands accountability. So until we meet again, peace. Brandon Green, I see you. Steve Martinez, we see you. J-Mo, we see you. XCOM Fitness, of course, we see you. If anybody else I missed, charge it to my head, not my heart.
All right. See y'all next week.